All right, everyone. So I was in Best Buy, and they had one of these lying around, and it's like, you know what? Let me go ahead and try one because, quite honestly, for a while I've been looking for a new PC controller. So either I'll use this on the Xbox One or I'll use this on the PC or both. But I've been in the market for a new controller for a little while now. I saw this, picked it up, and this is the Xbox Elite Wireless Controller. And yeah, it's a $150 controller. Is it worth it? I personally haven't used it or used one of these. I'm going to find out. Is it a lot of money for a controller? Yeah, it is. Actually, when I bought this, it's like on the way home, it's like, was it really worth it? But I'm going to try it out and let you guys know. So before I actually take this all apart and everything, let's take a look how this box looks. So let's see what we got here. We obviously got the controller, interchangeable D-pads, sticks, the little paddle things. It does have a carrying case, batteries, USB cable. Now, my question to Microsoft: why do you include just regular batteries? Why not rechargeable batteries? I'm sorry. This is a $150 controller, and you're not including rechargeable batteries. I mean, seriously, come on. And one thing to keep in mind, though, is even if you do get this controller, when it comes to rechargeable batteries, you pretty much have to get the Microsoft branded ones because of just how this controller is designed, because of the paddles and everything. This is not. I don't think this is even going to work with. No, actually, it could work with some of the charging cradles, but you might have to take all those little paddle things out. But this isn't really designed for, in that particular situation there. But on the other side, the same thing. On the side there, you got a picture of the controller. I mean, it's a nice package design. I'll give them that. I do kind of prefer this type of packaging design over what the PS4 does. Seems like Sony just sticks to what they know best in terms of like packaging and just do the same. Oh, there's one on the bottom. Duh. No turning back. Let's see, does it go this way? Yeah, it lifts up. Ooh, ooh. If you're wondering how it looks like on the inside there. Oh, wow. Okay, they actually pack. It's actually all concealed inside the case, which is actually kind of nice. Nice case, by the way. I'll give them that. Yeah, it looks like there's some other stuff down here. Let's take a look at what you get. Alright, so it looks like this is going to be the USB cable. Oh, and battery's also in here too. Alright. Oh, wow. Really long cable. That's actually nice. I'll give them that. Because, keep in mind, you can't use this on the PC. You can either do it through a USB cable like this, or, at least now, they recently came out with USB dongle versions where you just plug into the computer and you can wirelessly sync a Xbox controller to it. Which I'm probably going to end up doing that down the line. But let's see what else we've got here. Okay, it looks like we got some paperwork and everything. Yeah. Quick setup guide, all that stuff. I'm a guy, so I don't really read this stuff So that will just go back in there. So I'll just put this stuff back in, like so. Put that to the side. Now we get to the actual meat of the video. So if you're wondering how the case looks like, you know, it's not a hard case, but there is some stiffness to it. Pun there. It kind of feels similar to the NVIDIA Shield case I have for my Shield Portable. But yeah, it's just a zipper, really nice zipper. And then you open that flap, and wow, look at that. I'll tell you one thing. Yeah, $150 is not exactly chump change, but holy crap, at least Microsoft didn't exactly cheap out here. Oh wow, okay, this surface actually is different. Let me actually grab my standard Xbox One controller. That way we can get a side-by-side comparison. But, you know, here's my regular one. So let's take a look and see what we got here. Now, one thing is actually kind of cool is it does have this flap here, which is presumably for throwing the USB cables in here. So, well, no, not necessarily. Huh. But I'll probably get a USB dongle in the future. But let's go ahead and take this out. Now, one thing I will say is the weight. Yeah, this is heavier. There is actually more weight to this. So it seems like they did add some weight to this. And I'm just checking something real quick. Okay. Yeah, it's this table. But, oh wow, okay. This might be just for shipping purposes. Yeah, probably. Oh, I might leave it in there anyway, just to help protect it. But it's not really necessary. But yeah, let's actually put that to the side. Let's just take a closer look at the controller itself. So this is now I will admit I never used those what they call SCUF controllers. I never used them before. So this is kind of a first for me. And, you know, some things are actually kind of cool. Oh, okay. So it kind of just lifts out like that. Now, these are all held by magnets. So the sticks are held by magnets. Which, you know, they're not extremely hard to get out, but it has enough tension where it won't actually come out, which is actually kind of nice. And same thing with the D-pad. Now this is actually made out of metal, if you've been wondering. Yeah, this is actually really nice. Not only a nice looking controller, but it actually just feels nice in the hand. Holy crap. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Not gonna lie. I kind of wish I got Black Ops 3 for the Xbox One, to be quite honest with you, just because of the controller. Wow, this is comfortable. I'm not saying this controller is bad at all. You know, for like an average player, yeah, spend this kind of money, to be honest with you, is kind of excessive. You know, this, for most people, this is plenty good enough. But wow, here's some nice things about this. You know, you got this these rubber grips here. Now, of course, these triggers, these triggers underneath here. Wow, they actually fit exactly where my fingers go. And the idea with having these on the bottom is that they're not like add-in buttons. So, you know, if you've been following my channel for a while, you're going to know that, you know, I did a comparison video of the Atari Jaguar controllers, where it's just a standard one and a Pro controller. This is kind of that in some ways. This is adding more buttons, but not adding more buttons in the way that, okay, you get more inputs. These are just being remapped. I think I want to say you can actually remap these, or if I'm not mistaken, you can pretty much remap any of these buttons in general. But, you know, for say like the average, or, you know, more of a hardcore Call of Duty player, for example, instead of having using the face buttons at all, you can actually just remap all these to the 4 triggers down here. So that way, when you are playing, you are never letting go of the sticks, because, you know, a lot of times, you know, not a lot of times, most of the time, you know, if you need to jump, it's usually A to jump, but guess what? You're letting go, so you kind of have to do it fast and then do it. Well, you can always use one of the triggers to jump, and then you can maneuver and, you know, just get better control. I do like the rubber grips on here. They feel really nice. Nice weight to it. From what I understand, there's the switch here. You can save up to 2 presets that you want. And I also like it that, you know, they didn't color court these. They made it pretty much black and gray. The only colors is obviously going to be the green. So you got this green sync button. Underneath here you got these little switches here. Now what these switches do is when you press it down, you're going to notice the trigger doesn't go all the way. So this is standard. It goes all the way down. This one kind of stops halfway. And the idea is, you know, if you're playing like, you know, first-person shooter, you can just travel half the way down the trigger to get the same result, which is actually really nice. Like I said earlier, kind of wish I got Black Ops 3 for the Xbox. But yeah. Now, it seems like you can actually use charging cradles. But it seems like you're actually going to have to take all the stuff out to do that. Now I'm just wondering, can you actually switch these around? No. No. Now I guess you could. Yeah. You could move the top one, but I don't know why you want to. But yeah, my biggest gripe with this is the fact that they just give you standard Duracell batteries. Come on. Throw in some rechargeable batteries. But let's go ahead and put this to the side for now. And let's take a look at here. Now, of course, you do get the slots to put those little trigger things on it. And you get 2 extra sets of sticks. Now this one, obviously they're a little different. These are more in line with like the, say like the well, not really the PlayStation 4 controllers, more in line with like the PS3 controllers. So you can take those out, and they are actually a little bit taller. So yeah, they're a little bit taller. One thing I forgot to mention is these sticks. This part here is actually metal. So if you compare that with the standard Xbox controllers, this is actually plastic inside. And the problem that I've noticed over time, and I actually had to exchange out one of these controllers when I originally bought it, because for some reason there was a defect with the plastic, but I don't know if the plastic was just soft or what, but it just started like grinding away, and then when when you have it on the edge, it feels really, really rough. But these are metal, and that alone, I have to say, might be worth it. Now, these here, let's take a look at these. Okay, these are the same as those, except these are just much taller. So if we take those out, put this on, these are a lot taller. Okay. So I guess the idea is you probably get a little more, yeah, you generally get more precision with longer sticks. I have to say though, is that for the most part, these actually feel really nice. I'm not sure about these though. These convex, concave are the ones that sinks in. Convex, sticks out. I'm not sure about these convex sticks. I mean, they still feel nice, but I generally never cared for the convex styles tops, because for me they just tend to slip out of the fingers, slip out of my thumbs. So I don't think I'll be using those too much, but it is nice to actually give you several different options. I really do like these standard ones though, but let's go ahead and take this part out and get this. Now these are all metal parts, which is really cool. So you can put that on, and now you just have like a regular D-pad. Now I have to say, the fact that these are metal parts, it just screams quality right there. I know it just sounds kind of dumb, but okay. Okay, I actually noticed something right now. Say you do want to use this particular D-pad, the standard one, and you want to put this away. This doesn't grip in here. It'll sit in there, but it's just going to fall right out. And something I've noticed is this D-pad actually has little teeth on the sides where it actually does grip to the rubber. This one doesn't. So I think if you are going to use this, it's more like a temporary thing. When you're done, you pull it out, put it back in, and then you just put this one back on the controller, if you're going to be carrying this case around. So that's a little bit of a knock right there. Yeah, that I don't really care about. But it is nice that if you don't want to use these, you are able to just stick these inside. Oh, I think it's this way. Yeah. You can just put those inside here, like so. Well, how's this difficult? Okay, it should go like... Oh, okay. So yeah, it goes in like that. Take this other one. Goes in like that. Take this out. So say like you just want to use it essentially just normally. You are able to put all this stuff back in like that, and you essentially have a regular controller without the triggers. So you can just put it back in there, close it up, and you're good to go. Now personally for me, I'm probably going to actually leave this in here. But yeah, I think the more I'm going to be using this controller, the more I'm going to not really regret spending this money on this controller. It's a nice controller, but keep in mind, keep in mind it's not exactly a cheap controller. So that is something you will have to keep in mind. But yeah, but this is more of an unboxing and first impression video. I'm going to actually have to play some games and try this just to see how well I actually do like this. But I will say that just by how this feels alone, it's kind of worth it. I do wish these triggers were no, this isn't. Yeah, this is plastic. I do wish these were metal though. This can be plastic, but at least these things should be metal. Unless they are. No, actually they are metal. No, they're plastic. Well, at least the bumpers are. No, I think these are plastic actually. I know the bumpers are definitely plastic. These might be metal though. Yeah, I think the analog triggers are actually metal. The bumpers are plastic. But yeah, I mean, this is the Elite controller. Oops. Now, is it worth spending $150 on this? I'll be honest with you. That's going to be your call. Because, you know, $150, not exactly chump change. You know, $50 more and you can buy a new Nintendo 3DS. So, I mean, look at it that way. But, you know, the standard, actually some of the controllers I've been seeing, especially the PS4 controllers, I don't know what's the deal with the PS4 controllers, but holy crap. I was in Best Buy when I was getting this, and they're selling like, you know, painted version of like the 20th PlayStation Anniversary Edition, some other like custom paint jobs. Those are $65. Holy crap. But yeah, this is definitely a luxury item. It's not a necessity, but the one game I wish I had on the Xbox is Call of Duty, because I think this controller is really beneficial for it, especially the way the triggers are. You know, you don't really have to press it all the way, which is nice. But yeah, it feels really nice. Now, before I go, whoa, did not mean to hit the camera. My bad. There are some things on here you should know. There is a headphone jack, which is really, really nice. Now, I'm not sure if the newer Xbox One controllers are like that, but I got this controller a year ago, and this is how it is. It's just a regular plug, no headphone jack. Now, the newer versions might have that. I know there are some custom painted job versions of standard Xbox One controllers that actually do have the headphone jack. So keep that in mind. If anything that you take away from this video is, if you do want standard ones, see if the ones you're getting has an actual headphone jack, because you have to either buy an adapter with a headphone jack on it or buy a headset specifically designed for the Xbox One. But at least this way, you can just plug a standard headset in there and you're good to go. Which, quite honestly, they should have done that in the first place. But, yeah, this feels really nice. Yeah, I think this is definitely going to be my PC controller. Yeah. No question about that. Because the original, at least with the original idea for me was, I was just going to get another standard Xbox controller, buy a little charging cradle for it, and just have it sitting there all the time. But I think what I might do instead, I'm going to do this instead, is use this as my PC controller, because I've been getting back into PC gaming, and buy one of the official Microsoft branded rechargeable battery packs for it, and then just charge it that way. And then when I'm not using it, it's in the case. And I think what I might do actually is also buy a wireless dongle for it. But yeah, really nice. I'm actually quite impressed. Yeah. So that's my unboxing and first look at the Xbox Elite wireless controller. You can use this on the Xbox One or on your PC, preferably on Windows 10. But yeah. So will this be able to fit like this? I could use it without it. So yeah, anyway, I'll figure it out. So that's it. Like always, have a good one. Leave comments down below. If you have this controller, let me know what you guys think about it. If you don't have the controller, do you think it's a waste of money spending on this? I'll be honest with you, I had some reward credits to use at Best Buy, and that was kind of why I got this. It's like, you know what? I'll use the credit towards this. I was going to buy it for a game, but I decided not to get the game. But I got this instead. So, yeah, this is going to be my PC controller. I've been wanting a new PC controller. I mean, I'm currently using a 360 controller. I mean, it works fine, and there's nothing wrong with it. But you know, I've been more used with the Xbox One controller or the 360, especially not having the hump thing in the back. It's really nice. But yeah. So anyway, that's it. Like always, have a good one. Leave those comments down below. Like this video, share this video, subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and like always, have a good one.